As gamers the world round, we're all rejoicing at the extended gameplay footage that Nintendo unveiled to the entire world at this year's E3 for Super Mario Odyssey, but little did we know that the treacherous heathens that Nintendo were culturally appropriating the Mexican people. Not that! Mario was wearing a sombrero and a poncho. Social justice warriors the world round, lend me your ears to the battle stations. Arm yourselves with your mighty keyboard and your smartphones. Let everybody know how progressive you are by being offended for them even when they're not offended. And just like that, within milliseconds, we were able to go and take the wool from over everybody's eyes so that they could see that the Super Mario series is clearly just a racism simulator. Sure, it might be colorful and happy on the outside, but lurking within is nothing more than some kind of racist Nazi regime. It's inevitable that we will end up seeing some sort of crossover with the Wolfenstein series, and how fitting would that be? Super Mario, all you have to do is shave off the sides of that mustachioed son of a bitch, and there you go. Literally Hitler. Not to be confused with Adolf Hitler, who's a real-world person and a treacherous piece of shit, but we are talking about literally Hitler, the worst kind of Hitler that you can ever be. Because literal and literally Hitler, as you know, if you are ever going to engage in an act of Hitlery, trust me, literal Hitler, that's the worst kind. Just ask all social justice warriors. They know. Over at the Nintendo booth, they should just have a banner that reads, Cultural Appropriation Fest 2017. Because those son of a bitches, while they're trying to go and give us all these great games, Kirby's and Yoshi's and Super Mario's and Pokemon's and lots of Metroids, while everybody was excited, little did we know, Mario was out there committing acts of racism. He took his hat, Cappy, and just threw it at a T-Rex. You could almost hear all of the angry mobs bubbling up from the tar pits right nearby, trying to go and let everybody know, that's not okay. That's offensive, that's fucked up, because dinosaurs didn't ask Mario to go and do that shit, yet there's Nintendo, just assuming it's okay to turn Mario into inanimate objects and random people. This is terrible, and they should be held accountable. Soon enough, we will see some of the high-ranking representatives of the Mushroom Kingdom, probably the White Princess Peach, and we already know she's terrible based off that skin color. Don't worry, I'm a white guilt, white-hating motherfucker too, just like all these social justice warriors, and she's gonna show up at the UN in Geneva, and they are going to go to task and discuss all the wrongdoings going on. I mean, you got Shy Guys donning whiteface, that's offensive to somebody out there, and the boos are just a couple polygons and one shape away from being floating KKK members inside haunted houses. Who the fuck wants that? Disembodied little shits just floating around. No one can go and deal with that, but you know what? Social justice warriors can. That's why we stand up and we fight against this regime at Nintendo. Japanese game developers creating an Italian character who's going out there and trying to make a mockery of the Mexican heritage and all the people. That is unacceptable. That's what a sombrero just did. So angry. In all fucking serious, this is like a South Park episode that's gone way too fucking far for way too long. The fact that I can even say most of this shit with a straight face, if anything, I give myself a fucking pat on the back, but I assure you 100%, not only is this shit very real, but people are legitimately 100% upset. We're talking about these special little fucking snowflakes have taken their time to get angry at a Super Mario Brothers game. Probably one of the most inoffensive game series that you could ever find, and they're trying to say that this is in some way a representation of racism towards Mexican people. Meanwhile, if you look on the internet, tons of Mexican people are applauding the living shit out of it, or like, fuck yeah, this game's awesome, look at that, oh, it's so badass. Except for really overly sensitive and just offended for the sake of being offended, because that's their profession, white people upset about that shit, and I'm just like, please stop. Please fucking stop. But they don't. So here's a montage just so that you can get a tip of this stupid fucking iceberg. Mario is a shape-shifting racist. That's probably one of the best ones I've been. But you know that Mario, it's a shape-shifting racist. Ooh, that Mario, he's a shape-shifting racist. Only in Trump's America could we have a game starring a shape-shifting racist. Mario's a shape-shifting race. Fuck it. Look at you, you shape-shifting racist. Fuck. You might be thinking to yourself, how could he possibly be a shape-shifting racist? Let's ask the man himself. So, are you? You mustachioed fuck? See? It's a shape-shifting racist. Little did we know that the Mushroom Kingdom was nothing more than a Nazi camp. I'm sure they're probably gassing some of the mushroom people right as we speak right now, because that's shape-shifting racist. But this very last one is probably the best one out of the entire bunch, just given the fact that Microsoft and Nintendo have had a close working relationship. And this woman right here just so happens to work for them. Now, it's amazing at how ass blasted that she got, because the minute that this stuff went up and she thought, oh man, really sticking it to the man by being offended for the sake of being offended, because I'm that fucking bored and my life is that easygoing that I find some kind of problematic issue within something this innocent, but then she turned all of her tweets, yeah, all that shit is now private and locked and you can't look at all that stuff. Trigger me timbers! Oh no, someone couldn't take all the heat in the kitchen. Look, Super Mario Odyssey is one of the most amazing looking games that I have seen, bar fucking none, in years, and I haven't even gotten my hands on it, but it's probably my most, excited for game out of E3. And the fact that people are pissing on it right now, just because they want to be offended. I'm sick of this overly sensitive bullshit-ass mentality where you don't get anything done and you water down a term like racism more and more by applying it wherever the fuck you see fit. Little do you know, an actual problem, a real life issue, something that's really fucked up and people have actually dealt with, when you sit there and you just start taking it and labeling it wherever the fuck you see fit, like that's racist and that's racist and that's racist, oh, that's cultural appropriation. Shut the fuck up. Last time I checked, people thought that it was awesome to go embrace other fucking cultures because you were now a bit more worldly, you were a bit more open-minded, you now got to experience something that everybody else out there might have found a little bit interesting. I mean, what, you think that this shit is somehow terrible? Oh, they're gonna replace all the golden coins with pesos, and then after that, you know, you're not gonna get power-ups, it's just fucking super tacos and shit. Which, by the way, one, I sound like Filthy Frank, fucking apologies for that. Also, you know, Papa Bless and all that fucking shit. But, come the fuck on with this shit. Like, what kind of nonsensical, rambling-ass motherfuckers do we have that look at this shit and are just like, I'm actually offended? I want to see these little fucking squeakers in person. Like, what kind of life do you lead? Like, what led you to decision making like this? Like, I want to know. I actually want to see what kind of upbringing you had. I also want to meet your parents. If your parents did not beat the living fucking piss out and through you for acting like this, they done fucked up. They done goofed. I mean, somebody could say that about Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo, you fucked up real bad. You really stepped in it. You culturally appropriated the Mexican people. So, don't take the sombrero off of them. Like, I got to see all sorts of cool shit inside of that stage. I was like, that's really awesome. That looks super fucking neat. Yet everybody's like overly offended and upset about it. Shut the fuck up. Like, this is the world that we live in. When there's actual acts of racism and crime and violence and all sorts of other shit that are destroying everyone around you, and you decide that you're gonna take the piss out of a fucking Nintendo game and try to turn nothing into something, and then something from an anthill into a mountain. Fuck you. The only way that I could go about this is just by mocking you and being sarcastic, because that's the only thing that I really fucking know how to do, because I can't take you motherfuckers serious, but I love to get shit off my chest because it should be put on full fucking blast. You can't go and ignore problems like this, because guess the fuck what? Even though I said in passing, haha, about Princess Peach going to the UN and shit, about cultural appropriation, guess the fuck what? Right now, a bunch of countries are meeting at the UN to talk about cultural appropriation being illegal. Oh, you're white and you're making tacos, that's racist. What the fuck are you going on about? Like, if a black person wants to go into some kind of Irish bar and sit down and have, I don't know, some kind of fucking meal there and enjoy this shit, well, oh man, you just culturally appropriate some motherfuckers. Like, this is division. This is nothing but segregation by social justice fucks out there that think that, well, this is the betterment for everybody. They're kind of like the police for everybody else. Don't worry, we're offended, so you don't have to. That's what it is. We're offended, so you don't have to be. But I'm not offended at all. Don't worry, we're offended for you. But no one's offended. I'm getting offended that you were being offended. Like, it's nothing but a bunch of fake-ass bullshit. Fake news. Like, fuck all of these people. When I sat there going through all the shit on Twitter and seeing it, and seeing people in comment sections and all sorts of other stuff, I was just like, what the fuck am I reading? Like, how are you real people? Like, you were living, breathing human beings, using this term extremely fucking loosely, hot dog down a hallway type shit, but you really thought this and decided to go and share it out there. You should be mocked and ridiculed for the assholes that you are, and you should feel fucking ashamed. That's the truth. Mario Odyssey is going to be amazing. It's arguably going to be one of the best Super Mario games. It looks fucking great and fantastic. That fucking theme song got stuck in my head. I have more E3 videos to make, but I want to go and get this rant done because I had to, because these motherfuckers, they need to be put down. Seriously, like, you need to be put down publicly and shamed because you were fucking ridiculous. Fuck all of you. Ignoring problems, they don't go away, they just manifest into some kind of cancer and then grows exponentially until the problem can no longer be dealt with anymore because the problem now is in control. That's all there is to it. So, it's me, AlphaOmegaSin! This is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers game the fuck on!